He's been an award-winning media personality and producer. As a speaker, he's empowered over 1 million people from the stage. Now one of the leading business coaches and brand experts is taking over the world of on-demand audio. It's the Business Bully Podcast. Now here's the business bully himself, Dave Anderson.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, my goodness, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be here. What's going on? It is yours truly, Dave Anderson, and as always, the Business Bully Podcast is being brought to you by Audible. With over 180,000 and counting titles to choose from, it's got something for your body, your brain, and your business, so go to audibletrial.com/bully. Now we got that out the way, let's get popping. Quick rant today. I'm not doing a whole long, drawn-out diatribe, but I realized something very important that just hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm out right now walking my dog. She's a Coton de Tulare. They're from Madagascar. She's a tiny little white bitch. Her name is Sadie because I love her, and she loves us all in a special way. Yeah. I'm not doing the R. Kelly version of that song though. Let's keep that funky. All jokes aside though, I really want to talk about something that's going to hit a lot of y'all raw. So I'm warning you now, if you sensitive like Ralph Tresvant after an orgasm standing in the wind, please turn the show off now. But if you're ready to get this work, listen on. I'm a firm believer that most of you have really fucked up self-esteem because we've been taught our whole lives, and most recently by Kendrick Lamar, to sit down and be humble. I have stood by the belief and the notion that humility is for the weak. Because let's face it, what did Jesus say? Do not hide your light under a bushel. So I'm rolling with that. Because every time I turned around, miracles was happening. And I do love the miracles. Like I'm Kearney Thomas saying, God is healing your body right now. But I ain't come to preach. I just want to talk to you really quickly. Because you've been conditioned your whole life by your mama, your pastor, your gym teacher, your English professor, your Uncle Skippy, whoever, that you got to play small and that you don't want to ruffle any feathers and you don't want to, burn any bridges. You don't want to do anything that is going to upset the status quo. You miss out on your opportunity to be great. I have yet to meet someone who I personally feel or the world regards as iconic, who has just been a shrunken violet. Even Mother Teresa, who is one of the most charitable and humble people on the face of the planet, was very bold in what she said. Gandhi even went on record as saying, you know what? I like your Christ. I don't like your Christians. They're not like your Christ. That's controversial to say. So when you start looking at things from a real standpoint, you realize no one's ever erected a statue to a critic or someone who just blended in. But that's what you've been fed. And that's why your self-esteem is fucked up. Because maybe you were never cool in high school. Maybe that's the thing that's got you all riled up and now you're going on some type of Sawyer-like long con from the TV show Lost where you're trying to make up for all the times you didn't get picked for kickball or whatever the case may be. But I'm here to tell you right here, right now, none of that matters. What matters is you making big, bold statements and you standing in your greatness. Listen, I'll tell people all the time, there's things that I say that people like really get pissed off at. So I'm going to run a few of them down for you. So if you hear them someplace else, tell them you already knew that about Dave Anderson. First is, I tell people in the style of Trey Songz that I am Mr. Steal Your Fans. Meaning that if you give me a microphone, I'm going to get on that stage and I'm going to steal your fans. I'm going to do it because I'm going to be more dynamic than you. I'm going to be more compelling than you. I'm going to be more entertaining than you. I'm going to bring more value than you. That's just how I'm built. And I don't care if you believe it or not. I don't care if you like it or not. That's just what it's going to be. And if you want some, come get some. Put me on the stage and watch you try to follow me and watch the disaster you have trying to come after me because I'm Mr. Steal Your Fans. You was dope till I showed up. That's how I feel. Mr. Steal Your Fans, no apologies for it. That's how I am. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you understand it or not. That's just what it is. The second thing that I'll say about myself, and people may refer to this as, my dog's going off. Stop. People may refer to this as arrogance, but it's not. I feel, just like my hero Muhammad Ali, I feel I'm the best thing that happened to a stage since lighting. I feel I'm the best thing that's happened to a stage since lighting. I feel like I am the greatest. I feel like I'm the best in the world at what I do. Point blank and period. Like, I literally just came back from a conference and I did a breakout session. For some reason, the conference organizers didn't see fit to put me on the main stage. Fine. It's your ball. You do what you want to with it. But I watched the people on the main stage, and I swear on my father's urn and my grandmama's grave, there were people up there reading from Post-it notes and from tiny little notepads about telling their life story. How in the bloody blue ageless fuck do you need a notepad or some Post-it notes on the main stage of a conference where there are people who are spending thousands of dollars to buy your products and their services, and you don't have the decency to memorize what it is you say? And then why do you need notes to go over your life story? See, as a speaker, and this just pretty much goes for anyone, because if you're dealing with the public, I feel like you're a speaker. But as a speaker, you should know your product. And if you are your product, and if your life story is a big part of your product and service pitch, then you should know that inside and out. I could literally be sitting at a conference, not scheduled to speak, and they say, hey, we had somebody dropped out. Can you do it? Sure can. Cut the check. And I will hop up there, and I will give you how much you need. Half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour, 90, what you need. And I'll be able to deliver it. What's the topic? Let's go. I don't know everything, but I know what's in my realm. I know what's in my subject matter, and I don't need notes to do that. And I don't understand these speakers who feel like they do. I think it's ridiculous. But then again, you know, look at my mentor. Look at Les Brown. And I don't sound anything like Les Brown, but one thing that I did pick up from him very early on, even before I met him, was that I don't structure my speeches. And he would give me little tips and tidbits. He would say, what you want to do is you want to get out and get to know people early. That way you always got a friend or two in the audience. You feel like, you know, you bonded with those people. So at least you got somebody cheering for you, and then you just focus on them. You know, you got to put yourself in that realm. Also, you know, there are things that I believe, because my self-esteem is not fucked up. I believe that I'm awesomeness. I believe every time I piss, it's excellence leaving my body. I believe every time I take a shit, it's greatness being deposited in the toilet. I believe that about me. I believe that I take, you know, water and turn it into greatness that I didn't, you know, that I piss out. I piss out excellence, that shit greatness. Like, I believe that about me. And you want to know why? Because I am my number one fan. Here's why I'm my number one fan. Not my mama, even though she will argue that she is. You know, not my family, not my friends, me. I am the president and CEO of the Dave Anderson Business Bully Fan Club. You want to know why? Because if I'm not my number one fan, how do I expect anybody else to be a fan of me? See, your self-esteem is fucked up because you're believing that, you know, playing it safe and doing the right things. And when I say doing the right things, I mean, you know, you could be gracious and not be a punk about it. But there's a lot of folks out here just being punks about graciousness. And they don't ever take the opportunities. They're waiting for the ball to come to them. They're waiting for the game to come to them. And that's not how this works. You can't just allow the game to come to you. I'm going to take it. People hate getting on panels with me. Lord Jesus. People hate getting on panels with me because I usually destroy them. And it's not my intention to, but I'm not going to sit by and be gracious or fake gracious, or what I like to call facious. This is what it is. It's fake and gracious at the same time. You know, these facious people out here who, you know, this one woman was like, yeah, what you need to do is go ahead and learn how to put up a Wix site. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the worst advice I've ever heard. Like, are you a programmer? No. Do you know HTML5? No. Do you know Flash? No. Do you know SEO? No. Obviously you're not. That's why you're telling people to go ahead and build a Wix site. Nothing against Wix. But if you're telling that to a room full of business owners and you're not telling them that Wix is horrible for SEO, and that their rankings are going to be shit, then you're doing them a disservice and making them invest in a product that they believe is going to help their business, which is actually going to hurt their business. And then what winds up happening is everybody gets passed by. Everybody passes by them. They lose. All because you're out here giving faulty advice because you're some kind of armchair quarterback of SEO and you don't know what you're talking about. And you're telling a bunch of professionals who are struggling just to keep the lights on in their business to do it themselves. Like, no, that's wrong. Here's why this is wrong. And I will do it. And I'm not going to come to you afterwards and be like, oh, I'm so sorry I said that. I ain't sorry I said shit. You should be sorry that you said that nonsense. You should be sorry that you're disseminating false information that's not based in facts. It's based on your opinion. And you're entitled to your own opinion, but you're not entitled to your own facts. Your self-esteem is fucked up because you done stepped into some shit you don't know nothing about. Which brings me to my next point. I stay in my damn lane. I know what my lane is. My lane is business, entrepreneurship, motivation, authorship, anything that has to do with the digital tech space. That's all I do. Entrepreneurship, tech, speaking. Like, that's pretty much it. I focus on this business. Even when I talk about pop culture, I bring everything back to business because I don't want you to be confused as to what I am and what I do. That's because my self-esteem ain't fucked up. I have enough sense to know what I'm great at and hire out what I'm not. Because that way it frees up my time from doing things that just don't bring me any joy, that I don't get right because it's not my area of expertise. But what do we do all the time? Oh, woe is me. Oh, this site isn't shaping up the way it's supposed to be. Like, stop. You sound cuckoo, you sound crazy, you sound ridiculous. You got to do what's necessary in order to make it happen. So, stop listening to people who ain't never been where you're trying to go. Stop listening to people who ain't never built a website that sold for over $1 million. I have. So you want to listen to people who haven't done that? That's your picnic, But if you want to start standing out, you got to start standing out. And you got to start standing up for yourself. And so I'm here to tell you right now that, your happiness and your self-esteem is an internal affair. And you need to handle it accordingly. And if you don't, you're going to find yourself in a world of hurt and a world of pain. And that's not what you want to do. So I just wanted to let you know that, because that was on my heart right now. And you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I tell you, like, I'll just do a short form rant because that's what I'm feeling in the moment. Because I want to give you as much content as possible. I'm also going to be releasing some lost tapes where I sit down with some celebrities and kind of go over some things. And I'll give you some context, before and after the interview, so you can kind of know what was going on, where I was in that period of my life and what was happening. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? If there's something that you want me to do, or there's a question you have for me, feel free to shoot me an email. Dave@businessbullyshow.com. Dave@businessbullyshow.com. And we'll get it cracking, man. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that episode, because I just literally tried to bring you some value. Hope that helps somebody. And feel free to hit me up. You know where to go. It's that simple. Man. Also, if you are in Philly, March 17th, I am doing the Be Expo at the Philadelphia Convention Center. I'm going to be promoting Black Boys Win, so look out for that if you're in Philly. San Diego, I'm coming to you April 14th. I'll let you know the dates on the next episode on that. But I'll be doing the New Media Summit. You can go to newmediasummit.net, newmediasummit.net. So that's going to be dope as well. But till next time, get out of your feelings and into your business. Peace.
Want free business and marketing tips from Dave? Text Business Bully to 31996. That's Business Bully to 31996. Standard data and text message rates apply.